Hey, Jesse. Hey, Pollyanna. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Motivational Vibes. Welcome in. Hi, Donna. Welcome in, everybody. All right, Donna. Donna, do you want tarot or runes? Okay. Don't mind the dogs in the background. It was just the one. The other ones are all outside. It's a somewhat decent day here. I've got the door open and Mr. Hart's out working on a truck. So the other puppies are outside roaming around. She hears the other ones outside. That's Mama's dog. Yes. Tell them. Yell at them. Are you yelling at them? Hello. Tarot or runes? Hello. Tarot or runes? Motivational vibes. Hello, I need to know if you want tarot or runes with your question. Well, I'm writing motivational vibes question down. Hey, do you whoop poo? Your question. Oh no, I didn't. Thank you, motivational vibes. I missed that. All right, now I got it. Um, do you poo poo? That. Hello. Um, your question. What do I need to know? Do you want it with runes or do you want it with tarot? I need to know what you want, tarot or runes. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. Thank you, motivational vibes. I got both your questions. I'm caught up with questions right now. So Joanna wants to know, is Lucy and I going to talk next week with the runes? Yes, you are going to talk. That's the Sowulu rune. This is all about strength, energy, health. It's all about success. Success in speaking to each other. Donna wants to know, will Zach reach out to me soon with the runes? This is for Donna, wanting to know if Zach's going to reach out. Yes, that's the Rido rune that represents travel, journey, and destiny. So it's the destiny that Zach will reach out. Joanna wants to know, is Lucy and I conversation going to be good using the tarot? You're very welcome, Donna. You're very welcome. Joanna wants to know, is Lucy and I's conversation going to be good? Is Lucy and Joanna's conversation going to be good? Oops. Now we got to take two. Well, we've got a possibility that it may or it may not. So over here, we have that it's not. These two would represent no. There may be some issues that you're stuck on, caring about each other. Over here, there may be a choice you have to make. So it may be a possibility. Maybe you might be discussing the relationship itself. And there may be something or somebody that you need to get away from, or you might have to make a choice. There may be somebody else that's in conflict with your whatever it is you got going on with Lucy. There may be some sort of conflict with a third person, and you may have to choose between Lucy and the third person. Remember, we're going into, hey, Moon Bud, welcome in. We're going into tonight after midnight, a full moon, full blood moon, and a lunar eclipse. It will be affecting, it will have a more effect on those people that are under the sign of Virgo and Pisces. Those will be two signs will be the most affected by it. It'll also have a slight effect on, let me see if my memory serves me, Gemini, Sagittarius, and there was one other sign I can't remember. The two signs that's going to be hit hardest with this lunar eclipse and the full moon is going to be Pisces and Virgo. Other signs such as Cancer, Scorpio, I can't say I'm not going to say Cancer, but Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, I can't remember. They won't be, though they're going to have better things take place. Whereas, like I said, Pisces and Virgo is going to get hit the hardest with it. Hey, Preet. All right. Hello. You did not answer me on whether you wanted tarot or runes. What do you need to know? So I'm going to use tarot. Hey, O2 Hurricane. Yeah, you can ask a question. Today is question day, O2. I don't think Hello came back in and responded, so I'm going to use tarot to answer the question. Okay, you can ask O2. You can ask a question. I'm about to do, Hello did not specify runes or tarot, so I'll choose for you. What do you need to know? What does Hello need to know? I don't remember motivational vibes. I can only remember certain signs. I don't think it's not going to be that bad. I can only remember the ones that's going to get hit the worst. Let's see. Preet has a question. Tarot or runes, Preet? Tarot or runes? Okay. O2 Hurricane, you can ask a question, no problem. Just make sure you let me know if you want tarot or runes. Yeah, Libra's not going to get that affected by this. It's the two that's really going to get hammered with it is going to be Pisces and Virgo. As far as things not going very well, somewhat less would be Gemini and Sagittarius. Those that are going to be favored, I know, is Scorpio, Capricorn. I can't remember the rest. Sorry. Venus is in retrograde, Preet. All right, this is for hello. What do I need to know? Hello wanted to know what they need to know. And then we have Mercury going retrograde. I thought it was going retrograde tomorrow, but other sources say it's going retrograde the day after on the 15th. So we're still in the shadow period. It doesn't matter. What does hello need to know? Hello needs to know that they need to look to an elder for some wisdom. There's imbalance taking place. Could be with children, could be with family, could be dealing with the justice system, and they need to. Hello, you need to. Hey, we vibes and James Berry. You need to. Hang on. You need to consult with someone that has the wisdom to be able to help you out with this situation. I see problems. I see disconnections taking place. I see judicial things not going in your favor. We vibes. And you want tarot. So, hello, what do you need to know? You need to know that you need to seek help with somebody that's committed to helping. This year. Okay, Moonbud. Tarot or runes, Moonbud? Runes. Gotcha. Hey, staff grabber, welcome in. So, hello, what I'm seeing here is this could be a child custody case. I don't know what you're going through, but I could also see a child custody situation. All right, let me get caught up on writing these questions down. I got Moonbud. Let's see, I got We Vibes, Moonbud. James Berry. Runes. O2. O2, that's a difficult question. I had similar question last week. And when it comes to people's health and whether or not something's going to happen to them or not, that's more of a medical professional. I would speak to your grandmother's medical professionals. If your grandmother won't allow you to because of HIPAA, I understand the HIPAA laws. Medical type questions like this, she has a known heart problem. So we all know the risks that come with having heart problems. Unfortunately, O2, that's one question I'm not going to touch because it does relate to whether or not something's going to happen to her or not. Because that's what the bottom line is. You want to know if she's going to be okay. And I understand you wanting to know that, but that's not a question I'm comfortable answering. That's more of a medical professional's guidance. And I'm sure there's somebody that can help you, that you can speak with, a medical professional you can speak with about her condition. But that's not something I feel comfortable reading on. If you have any other question, as long as it's not regarding somebody's medical conditions and whether we're all going to pass away, okay, that's a given. So keep that in mind. We all have an expiration date. I've said this many times before. Just like a gallon of milk has an expiration date, we have expiration dates, and that's not something I'm going to read on. You're welcome. Hello. You're very welcome. And so I do apologize, O2 Hurricane, but that's something, that question is not something I'm comfortable reading on regarding somebody's conditions. If you have a different question, I'll gladly answer it. I just don't want to. That's a type of question I'm not comfortable answering. Just so you all know that. Moonbud. I mean, if it was like a broken arm or something like that, that's different, like we have here. But when it comes to something that could be life altering, I'm not comfortable answering that. Moonbud, I'm not quite sure. Is that What do I need to know for my... I'm not sure. What do I need to do for my spirit guide? Not sure I understand your question, but I'll write it down. All right, motivational vibes is up. Why is Smith wanting to go out somewhere with me during his break? Moonbud, can you clarify what you mean by your question? It's a little confusing for me. You want to know what you need to do for your spirit guide. All right, this is for motivational vibes. Why is Smith wanting to go out somewhere with me during his break? Oh, those come out quick. Why is Smith wanting to go out somewhere with me during his break? I don't think he wants you to. I don't think Smith wants you to make connections, make new connections. I don't think he wants you to become committed to someone else. Oh, I got your moon, bud. I think he wants you for himself. And if you are dealing with other people, he's not feeling that commitment. So that's what he's wanting. He's wanting you to not be committed to others. He's wanting you to be committed to him. Sorry, I'm assuming Smith is a man. I apologize. Smith wants you to not be committed to others, but be committed to Smith. All right, let me get caught up on questions here. You want to know what to do? What do I need to do to be closer to my spirituality? Okay, I apologize. I don't mean to. I never know when I ask these questions. I don't mean to speculate on whether somebody's male or female. I do apologize with that. Will Smith become my partner? Oh, wait a minute. You had another question down here. Let me write that down. You want to know if he's single? Tarot. All right. Will Smith become your partner? You're asking summer or fall. So we'll do summer here and fall here. Hey, Bean Bean. Welcome in. Thank you, Staff Grabber. Moonbud, along with whatever I give you from the reading, pay attention to what Staff Grabber. Okay, O2, that's a good one. That's good advice. Staff Grabber has good advice for you, Moonbud. All right. When will you stop being paranoid about your father? Tarot. All right. This is, will Smith become my partner summer or fall? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. All right. This is going to be for summer. And this will be for fall. Excuse you. Go tell Daddy. This is for fall. Somebody's upset he doesn't have opposable thumbs. He can't open the door. Let me get these questions. Sorry for the trains in the background. Hang on one second, guys. I've got trains in the background. I've got questions I got to get caught up on. And I've got a dog that wants in. Oh, he changed his mind. All right. Bean Bean wants to know. Bean Bean, do you want tarot or do you want runes? Okay, tarot. Gotcha. Sorry. I was behind in chat. I see it. I do too, but they're a little extra loud today with the door open, so I apologize for that. All right, this is Motivational Vibes. Will Smith become my partner in the summer or fall? Let's see. Not in the summer. Definitely not in the summer. That's a definite no. What about in the fall? That's a definite yes in the fall. So not in the summer, but in the fall. Wow, they come out. Look at how they came out. All right. Next up is Delia Upu. What do you need to focus on this week? I'll get to whether or not he's single in a little bit here. That might be the holdup for summer. We'll see. All right, what does Delia Whoop-Poo need to focus on? Eye itching. What does Delia Whoop-Poo need to focus on? That train. Oh, that's the helper engine. Sorry about that. Hey, Irish Jessie again. Sorry about the train. It's distracting me. That's why I'm not saying anything at the moment. It's not loud for you, but it's loud for me. All right, Delia Whoop-Poo. You're struggling when it comes to other people and you're connected to. Your head and your heart are not balanced. It's an uphill battle for you right now. This could be a lot of emotions coming out. But see, here, you're inspired. You're going to be inspired to heal. And that healing, you're going to get good news as well. I feel you're going to get good news. The truth about what has been bothering you. Something's bothering you. This could be about your arm bothering you. Hey, Brenda, you're not that late. Oh, is he okay? Is Freddie okay? So here you're inspired to seek help, maybe, and start healing from something that's bringing you down, something that's you're struggling with. There's something you're struggling with. Oh, it's the weather. It could be the weather then. Yeah. I don't think the weather's going to be that bad. You're worried about it, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as you think. You're just you're just waiting to see how it's going to turn out. And here it's calm. Things are calm. Let me see if I have any more questions before I move. It's just a matter of waiting for information to come out. I got Bean here. Yeah, hopefully he'll be okay. We've got wind, but it's warm here. Yeah, the star card is an encouraging card. This is, it is the sign. It does represent Aquarius, which, by the way, people, is not a water sign. I had to say that. Sorry. If you know, you know. If you don't, I apologize. I'm not going to explain it. Anyhow, This is about air. Strong winds. No, the winds are going to be calm. Your winds are going to be calm. Since you're concerned, your worry is over weather, the winds are going to be calm. Yes, Moonbud. Exactly. That's the wackadoodle. Keith Collins. Hang on one little second here, and I will get your question written down. Oh, Kath Collins. Sorry, my eyeballs. I do apologize, Kath. I don't know why. I definitely need glasses. Does my brother walk with me? Kath, do you want runes or tarot? Sorry about that. Kath, do you want runes or tarot? Let me know. I'm going to move on to Preet's question. Jeremy's feelings after he saw you. Tarot. Okay. All right. This is for Preet. Probably not going to stay on too long today. I did have somebody reach out for me to do a reading. And it's going to be an intense one. So, Jeremy's feelings after he saw me. Yeah, you said tarot. Oh, we got two there. I see sincere, nurturing, loving energy, overwhelming. I don't know why, but it feels like a kid in a candy store is coming into Spirit's telling me that. Felt like a kid in a candy store. However, we have this Empress card in the middle in reverse. So, this could mean that you might need to ground yourself, meditate. This can also mean that either he's not taking care of his needs or you're not taking care of yours. Meaning you need one of you, maybe both of you, need to ground yourself. It won't hurt. It definitely will not hurt. And I've put out a video regarding grounding and protection and how the ways to do those things. So there is a video out. If the weather's not nice and you can't just go outside and do the grounding, there are other ways you can ground yourself. And I'd probably suggest that both of you do it. But when I looked at this card, the first thing Spirit put in my mind was kid in a candy store. I see love. I see sincerity. So I hope that answers your question, Jeremy. About Jeremy. We Vibes is up next. What's next week look like with tarot? All right, this is for We Vibes. What's next week look like? See, I'm seeing things. I thought I seen two. What's next week look like? Ugh. Okay. Well, we know that there's this lunar eclipse is bringing about change. It's a big reset for a lot of people. Not so much for those under the sun of Scorpio. Sagittarius, yes. Not for Scorpio. Now, there may be some sort of change that's coming, and you're preparing for it. You're trying to avoid it, you're trying to resist it, but you might be doing some self talk to maintain balance, to maintain harmony. Your goal is you want to get through this change. You already know this change is coming. You're just trying to make sure that you get through this change, whatever it is, without much interference in your life. So you've got some sort of a major change coming. I don't know what, but you may know, because it could be job related, it could be health related, it could be finance related, a major change, something you cannot avoid. And so you're preparing yourself for it. Hey, Ert, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you got a question, put it in all caps and let me know. Runes or tarot. All right, We Vibes, you've got a change coming, and you probably should already know about this change, and you are preparing for it. Moonbud wants to know if the divorce will happen this year with the runes. Hey, Mazakeen, welcome in. If you guys have questions, be sure to put them in all caps and to specify if you want runes or tarot. This one is for Moonbud. Yeah, that's good, Kath. All right. Moonbud. Will this divorce happen this year? Or at least Will it begin this year? Oh, yeah. That's a definite yes. Sweet Pea sneaking on me? Yep. Hey, Sweet Pea. Moonbud. You got a definite yes. You got a definite yes. It doesn't matter which way I turn this. This is the Issa rune. You've been finding it's been challenging for you to come get this taken care of, but it's coming. Yes. All right, James B. I didn't write your last name down. So, James B., will you be accepted to school? I don't think I wrote the whole question down, but the gist of the question was, will you be accepted to the school? No, you will not. This is the. Oh, let me think. This is the Othala rune. It's in reverse. So it is a no, unfortunately. And hopefully the school will prove me wrong. Thank you, Ert. I appreciate you. Moonbud, you are asking, this is about your spirit guide and your spirituality. Let's see. We're going to pull tarot on this. I hope you took a screenshot of what Staff Grabber said and used that also as some good advice. Oh, yeah, I got that, Cat. I got your question, Cat. I just needed to know if it was tarot or not. If you guys got questions, put them in all caps and specify runes or tarot. I promise I won't think you're yelling at me. Oh, good. That's good, Moonbud. All right. You're welcome, James. You're very welcome. Hopefully that school proves me wrong. All right. Moonbud. Let me see if I can get you anything else here. What else does Moonbud need to know, since Moonbud got some good advice from chat? Can you feel the blood moon energy rising? I just got a message from Magical Recipes Online. Can you feel the blood moon rising? Feel a bad moon rising. All right. Focus. There we go. Oop, we got two. That's all right. So you need to, we're looking at this about your spirit guide. Thank you so much, Art. I do appreciate you being here. This is about learning. This is about going within yourself. Sometimes some of our spirit guides can be ancestors. This is thinking you back. This might be taking you back to your childhood and thinking about people from your childhood. Some ancestors, some of your family can also surround you and be spirit guides. And so you're you're conflicted right now regarding that. And you just need this is the ancestors right here. The two cardinals represents ancestors. They've been surrounding you since you were a child. So your ancestors are surrounding you. They're not necessarily the only spirit guide you have. I can tell you that my spirit guide, my main spirit guide is, well, I'm not going to say not related to me. I'm going to say that if my spirit guide is related to me, I don't know how or I can't trace back to my spirit guide ancestrally. I'll say that. I've seen my spirit guide has come to me in my dreams. Aw, thank you, Moonbud. Thank you so much for that. Aw. I can tell you, though, that my spirit guide did present themselves to me in a dream. So I will say that. Oh, I hope you're doing okay, Mazakeen. We really miss seeing you. All right. So, Moonbud, I hope that answers your question. Some that are surrounding you are ancestors. Motivational vibes is Smith single. Is Smith single? Thank you so much for that, Moonbud. That was greatly appreciated. You have a question. Sweet Pea has a question. Did you write the dream down, Sweet Pea? Did you write the dream down? Okay. All right. This is for motivational vibes. Is Smith single? He had a message for you. There's definitely a message there. It's just a matter of figuring it out. I can't keep this thing straight. All right. Is Smith single? Was you thinking about him before you fell asleep, Sweet Pea? Motivational vibes? Not. Smith is not exactly single, but I think he's working on it. I think he's working on it, getting somebody out of his life. There's somebody else that you don't know about, I don't think, that Smith needs to get out of. Okay, if you were really thinking very strongly, or if it's close to, say, a birthday or a passing over day, if it's close to some special day, that may be why he came. I will answer with tarot, but so I'm going to say currently Smith is not single, but working on it, because this is not a definite no. Yes, that's what it seems like, motivational vibes. That's what I feel it is. Working away from someone else. That's why it's not going to be until the fall. You're welcome. All right, O2. You want to know when you'll stop being paranoid about your father. Okay. Not sure what that's about. Not sure how I'm going to answer that question with tarot. But we're going to pull 3 cards and see what comes up. All right, let me get that question real quick. What will be the outcome if John and Crystal rekindle? Do you want tarot or do you want runes? Okay. All right. So we're working on O2's question. Yeah, I know, Pollyanna. I'm going to try to answer your question, O2. That might be a little difficult. I'm going to pull 3 cards. All right, before I move on and in, look at this Moonbud's question. Um, you want that with runes. All right, this is for O2. This is about when. Wow. I don't know what happened, what the paranoia is about. But I can see that it looks like it may have started in childhood. Yeah, they're all in reverse. This could be may have started in childhood. There was something that I don't know, may have gone to court, may not have. See, this is hard. Trying to overcome paranoia. Paranoia is very hard to overcome when it comes to certain things, especially like this. And I feel like it started in your childhood. I don't know if there's something with the legal system here. I don't see any love loss. Hmm. Will you overcome this paranoia within the next year? No. Will O2 overcome this paranoia within the next 5 years? Within the next 5 years. No. Next 10 years. No. This may be a lifelong paranoia, O2 Hurricane, because I'm not able to get. I don't know what the paranoia is about. I'm not going to ask what the paranoia is about. However, I will say this. I feel it's something very serious. I say that because I have 4 major arcana cards here. And that tells me that this paranoia is related to something very serious. And I'm being told not even within the next 10 years. So if it's that serious, it's going to take that much longer to overcome. You may never overcome this paranoia. But I'm going to say that within the next 10 years, you're still not going to have overcome it. Trying to pinpoint a date and time is very difficult when it comes to tarot. Right, I kind of figured that. I kind of was getting that from these cards, and I wasn't going to ask. They're all in reverse. So that's something that you may. All right, here's what I'm going to say. If there is that much paranoia, maybe you will need to look at getting professional guidance. You Paranoia is hard to overcome, and if you think that paranoia is sometimes can be a good thing. If you don't believe me, why do we have stoplights, stop signs? Because you're paranoid that you're going to get into an accident. So I would say because you're having such an issue with it, maybe you might want to get professional help with that situation. Yeah, justice was in reverse, so it seems to me like you didn't receive any justice out of this situation. All right, I got that question. And James is coming in here. Well, Ellie and I have a romantic relationship. With tarot. Bean, I hope you're still here, Bean. You're welcome, O2. You're very welcome. I'm sorry I couldn't answer that any better. Timing is difficult. Bean, are you still here, Bean? Ah, there you are. All right. Bean wants to know, is my mom with me or near me? Yes, your mother is. Your mother is near you. Your mother is around you. And this is kind of the motherly figure in the minor arcana deck. The Queen of Pentacles. So, yes, mother is watching child, watching over you. Yes. To make sure you stay out of trouble. Bean, your mother's watching you to make sure you stay out of trouble. So, yes, your mother is there. All right, Kat Collins. Does my brother walk with me? All right, this is for Kath. Does your brother walk with you? Yes, your brother does walk with you. That would be a yes. Maybe not all the time, but most of the time, yes. All right, Sweet Pea. Aw, thank you so much, Sweet Pea. Thank you for that. Aw, thank you so much. Thank you, Bean Bean. We greatly appreciate that. Yes, staff grabber. All right. You want to know if your dream from your husband was a message? Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate that. Aw, Kath, thank you so much for that. Aw, thank you for that. Thank you for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate it. All right, Sweet Pea wants to know if her husband visiting in the dream last night was if there was a message there. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. One more. I need one more. It's definitely a mess. There's a message, yes. That was there was some kind of a message of constant love, even though you're heartbroken. The love is still there. You might be holding on to something. I feel like maybe you are holding on to something. Like as in well, I'm sure you probably are. We all do that. When our loved ones cross over, you have something that you're holding on to. And I feel that maybe he's letting you know that he knows your heart broken, but he still loves you very much. There's still much love. All right. Hi. Is hi here? Hi here? You're very welcome, sweet pea. You're very welcome. All right. What will be the outcome if John and Crystal rekindle? Wow. This is something major. If they do rekindle, if they take charge and they do rekindle, nobody's going to see it coming and they're going to keep it a secret. So if they're going to rekindle, you're not going to know. They're going to keep it a secret. Oh, are you keeping it a secret? You might be breaking news. You might have it. It might become breaking news. Unexpected to other people, throwing people off balance. Or you may be keeping it, you're throwing people off balance. You're keeping it hidden. Yeah, it's something that will be kept hidden. Because if others find out, it's going to cause a problem. There's going to be a tower moment if others, it looks like, if others find out. Especially whoever is representing this emperor. This is Aries energy. And the tower, that's Mars energy. Also Aries energy. So there's a lot of fire energy in that. I don't know. It could be somebody that's a fire sign, or it could be somebody that has a lot of fire signs in their birth chart. All right. Moonbud wants to know if the plumber's going to say Moonbud needs a new water heater. and wants me to use the runes. So let's see what that. You're very welcome. Hi. You're very welcome. Let's see. If that plumber is going to say, what is that plumber going to say you need a new water tank? No. That's the Tiwa's rune. So this Tiwa's rune being in reverse, he's not going to say, or the plumber's not going to say you need a water heater. Mm-mm. Yeah, it could be, well, it's mostly the energy from that last reading is mostly Aries energy. You have Mars, which is represents Aries as well, and then you had the Emperor card, which also is Aries. But Moonbud, no, the plumber is not going to say you need a new hot water heater. Mm-mm. Yeah, probably Moonbud. That's probably what it is. A new element. And James wants to know, will Elle and I have a romantic relationship? All right. Will James and Elle have a romantic relationship? Oh, geez. Well, and that's going to be a maybe because we have 2 in reverse and 2 upright. So Spirit's not wanting me to give you a definite yes or no. Spirit wants to say maybe. So there may be something you need to work on. Maybe communication for one. Maybe work on, maybe you need to work on it, or maybe they need to work on being committed. Feelings maybe need to be worked on. There may be some feelings. There may be some going either direction when it comes to feelings, and they're not sure. So this is a maybe. Maybe work on communications and commitment. Should you buy that thing? Okay, Metal Clips, do you want tarot or do you want runes? Hey, Metal Clips, tarot or runes? You're welcome, James. You're very welcome. Okay. You want to know, should you buy that thing? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's okay. I bought something last night. All All right. Should Metal Clips buy that thing? Yes. That is the Enwaz rune. The Enwaz rune represents stability, strength, reliability, and enlightenment. So, yes, buy it and buy it with no regrets because I can turn this rune in either direction and it's going to be the same. I have no idea what it is you're going to buy, but keep us posted. Ah, gotcha. Metal clips. You may have said it before, and I don't remember. What's your sign? I think you've said it before, but I just yours is one I don't remember if you did. You're an Aries. Oh, you're an Aries on April 1st. So yeah, that probably wouldn't be a bad thing to do then. The signs that are going to be most affected by this lunar eclipse, and I'm not saying you're looking to do it right now, but this lunar eclipse and full moon, this blood moon can have effects up to 6 months later. So the ones that's going to be affected with this eclipse and this full moon is going to be Pisces and Virgo. There's that Aries energy is after midnight. After midnight. hmm It starts after midnight tonight. Depending on what part of the country you live in. I don't know. It's going to be after midnight. I do know it'll be after midnight. I just don't know the exact time. But yes, it starts tonight after midnight. Yeah, be careful, Brenda. Yes, Aries. No, Mars is the god of war. Aries is represented by Mars. Okay, thank you, Sweet Pea. I wasn't sure. That's probably when it starts. Yeah, that's probably the time it starts. It's probably full. It'll probably be a full at 3:30 a.m. Ah, gotcha, Sweet Pea. And then on, I believe it's March 29th, there's a solar eclipse along with a new supermoon. So we have the lunar eclipse and the blood moon tonight. And on the 29th, I believe it's the 29th, it's a solar eclipse and a new supermoon. So a lot of things going on astrologically. Yes, I'm not good at astrology, but my understanding is it's going to have different effects on different people. So, is there any other questions out there? Your coop is flooded? Uh huh. You're the ram. Yep, I'm a goat, so Capricorn. Very stubborn. Oh, you got a lot of rain, staff grabber. Oh. Oh, that's awesome, Moonbud. Yeah, we don't get to see that. But every couple of years, every few years, so they said it hadn't happened in a while, so I know people don't think that the moon affects us, but it does. Yeah, I'll try to catch it. I'm usually up that late. Let's see. If it's 3:30 in the morning on the East Coast, yeah, I'll be up. Now, whether or not I can see it or not will be a different story because I'm not going outside. Uh, Probably so. It'd probably be a good time, staff grabber. Like I said in my members only, I use a charging bowl because number one, I don't have a windowsill to put my crystals in, and number two, I'm never up before the sun. So even if I did have a windowsill, I've got a fluorite coming in soon. Fluorite wand. I have this tendency to jump from tarot cards to crystals, so. And I think if you're a member, I showed not all of my crystals, but I showed the ones I have packaged up in little plastic baggies. Trust me, that was not all of my crystals. Hello, I go live on Thursday and on Sunday, usually at 5 p.m. Eastern. Today I went a little bit later. It was 5:30 today when I started, but for now it's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern until summer starts rolling in, the warm weather, and then it'll be later in the day. If you're a member, then I am live. Technically, I'm live 3 nights a week, 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Tuesdays, members only live, and unlike other people, it is strictly members only. The public is not able to view it. Um, Thursday is what you're seeing here today, runes and tarot. And Sunday is just general tarot readings, and you get an angel number. I don't know, staff grabber. I've never really charged mine in the windows, so I can't help you there. You're welcome. Hello. You're very welcome. It could. Anything's possible, staff grabber. Hmm. Let's ask the runes. This eclipse going to open up a portal. Well, the veil is thin, so it's very likely. The veil is very thin. I've got somebody here with me. Yes. And that's the Perthrow rune that represents magic, mystery. It also represents feminine. Yeah, it can. So that's just saying, confirming it. But yeah, I also read that the veil is going to be thin. And it's the thinnest on Halloween, of course, but it's thin right now because I have goosebumps coming and going. I've had a lot of activity on my iPad the last couple of days with SIRI driving me absolutely. Bigfoot will be busy tonight. Yeah, and so will those monkeys. Sorry about that, Moon, but I just had to throw that in there. I couldn't help but throw that in there. The past couple of days, SIRI just on my iPad. My phones have been fine, but my iPad, SIRI, has lost its ever-loving mind. Even turned off. I turned SIRI completely off on my iPad, and it still went off. So the veil is thin. They are connecting. I don't know what message was trying to be sent to me. Clearly, there was a message. What it was, I don't know. Because SRI, the little dot that pops up in your when you ask for SIRI to pop up, the little dot popped up, and that's all I seen. It didn't. There was no messages, just a little dot. So I don't know. But Staff Grabber, I turned it off. It was completely shut off last night. And I was processing something and it kept going off. I'm like, what in the world? Should you change your logo, tarot or runes? You want tarot? Tarot. All right. Should Metal Clips change logo? Should Metal Clips change logo? No. You should not change your logo. You should not change your logo just because you are moving forward with something else. Look, this is all about that new little bit that you're bringing in. The Three of Pentacles is about the initial achievement of what you're doing. And no, even though you are maybe adding some, I don't know what you're doing, but even though there is something else going on here, this is saying no. Well, hopefully that helped you. I need to find out how to find your Etsy shop um without the link, because when I use the link it tries to prompt me to go into Etsy, but it takes me into an Etsy that I'm not signed into. Then it wants me to sign in, but the bad thing is I don't remember my sign in information. So I got to figure out how I can do that. I have not watched Outlander, no. So I got to figure out how to get into your shop without using the link. You guys are talking about things I don't see. I don't have a TV. No TV in this house, no Netflix, no Hulu. Yeah, if I can find it, I will. I'll hit that heart button, definitely. I think I tried looking for them. Is it all small letters? Metal clips, do I use all small letters? I'll try that. I hear the last season, the final season of that one's coming out. Yeah, Etsy is weird. You're right, it is. But you know what? I'm more trusting of Etsy when it comes to some things like crystals. Not that I don't believe that this is a real crystal. However, however, it concerns me a little that there is that off chance that it may not be. Yes, it is. You're absolutely right, Metal Clips. That review system does help, because I was on last night. I was in actually technically I was in Etsy last night and I ordered a fluorite wand, and I checked the reviews before I ordered. I checked the reviews on Amazon as well, but when the box comes in and the words made in another country is on that box, then it makes you skeptical about it. This may be or it may not be an authentic crystal. I'm going to say it probably is, but I don't know. I don't know how I would find out. Yes, please let us know. Keep us updated on what's going on, Metal Clips. Waiting to see if there's anybody else. Will be live on Sunday. I don't see any. When it comes to TV and Netflix and Hulu, I don't have any of that stuff. So we'll be back Sunday, and then we'll be back Tuesday for members only. Members only. We might be doing a review. In fact, I'm pretty sure we will be doing a review. Mm-hmm. And you can also let me know what else you would like to see in members only lives. We don't have to just do reviews. We can talk about anything you'd like within reason. All right. Well, there's not going to be a video with angel numbers tonight. And there probably will not be a message from Spirit either. Metal Clips, you know how to reach me if you have any ideas for a topic for members only. Otherwise, we might be reviewing Empress Wacky. Wacky Doodle. Um, um, for me, numerology is much like astrology. I dabble in it, but I'm not that good at it. I do know that the number 5 usually represents some sort of change. So I do a little bit, but not what not to do. Oh, it's confusing to you? I have a book somewhere. I was doing numerology um, in a group I have on Facebook. I could probably open that up and I don't know. Numerology, birth charts. I'd love to learn how to read a birth chart. I really would. I mean, I can look at them, but knowing all the things is a lifelong lesson. No, staff grabber, that number is not bad. Contrary to what someone else tries to make it. Well, it depends on your spiritual beliefs. In my spiritual beliefs, that is not a bad number. Sorry, it's not. Oh, really? Moonbud? Yeah. 8686? I don't know. 686? 86. Ooh, 8686. Birthday. Somebody's birthday? Oops. See, I'm into numbers. If that makes sense, I associate things. Ooh, let me charge my internet. Oh crap. I use I usually use birthdays as a way to remember things. It does? Really? Staff grabber? I never heard that. I usually and see metal clips. Now that you've told me your birthday, I can promise you I will not forget it. And not because it's also April Fool's Day, but that date holds significance to me, and I will tell you what it means in private, but not on here. Oh wow. Oh, I never. Well, I don't go to a bar, so I'm safe. I don't drink either, so I'm safe there too. Yeah, I don't allow people. I don't want people pulling April Fool's jokes on me either. If you're standing next to me and you do it, that's a good way to get. Yeah. Hmm. You won't be happy if you pull one with on me and you're standing next to me. Mm-mm. Holy cow, your oldest daughter was born in 86. I had my youngest was born in 81. Uh, but I am old, so there's that. Oops. All right. Well, it's been 2 hours and nobody else has any questions. I have a video I need to. Not a video, I have a reading. I need to check it out. See if I'm going to get that done today. All right, guys. I will. We're going to end this. I send much love, many blessings. Everybody stay safe out there. And it's really going to get really crazy starting tonight, especially for some people more than others, but it's really going to be crazy out there. So stay safe, be kind. And as always, I'll see you back next time. Hopefully see you Sunday. Have a good rest of your evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here and thank you all for the donations. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you all so much. We love you here at Mystical Hearts and thank you all for being here.